Hi class, in this video I am going to go over the portfolio assignment. So the first thing you want to do is you want to go ahead and click on modules, and then you are going to go to the very bottom because that is where we have the portfolio module because it's our last assignment. So once you have scrolled down all the way over here, you will find in the module the instructions, and I also have a Word document with the instructions in case you want to print it out. And then I have the reading, assembling a portfolio and writing a reflective essay. And then I have some websites to help you determine credibility, evaluating web sources. And in case you're wondering why is that there, the reason for that is because part of the portfolio is to write an argumentative essay. So that's why I have some more information about evaluating web sources. I also have a sample argumentative essay that you can refer to in case you don't know how to write the essay. And right below that, I have the APA and Research Tools module, which helps you with APA citations and things like that. This one in particular, I'm going to click on it right now. So this one is helpful because it breaks it down into the basics. It tells you how the in-text citations, which are basically citations that go in your text, how they should be formatted, and then it also tells you how to organize your reference list, which is the last page of your essay where you cite all of your sources. So that is the APA and Research Tools module, but we're going to go back to the portfolio module, which again is all the way at the bottom, and I'm going to go over the assignment. So we're going to go ahead and click here, and as you can see right here, it gives you the instructions, but we also have a rubric, and you can go ahead and review the rubric on your own. I think it's pretty self-explanatory, but since this is the last assignment of the semester, I typically do not provide a lot of comments or feedback on the actual assignment. What I do is I fill out the rubric. So whenever the semester ends and I grade these, make sure you look at the rubric to see what grade you got, but also look at the rubric before you turn in the assignment so that you know what is expected. And basically what I did with the rubric is I broke it down. So the revised essay is worth 50 points. So right here you'll see that I have it labeled. That way you know what you need to do for the revised essay. And then the letter is also worth 50 points. So you can go ahead and see what criteria I am using to grade this letter. And then you can also go ahead and look at the criteria for persuasive essay. So all of these three assignments add up to 150 points. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about the portfolio. So the portfolio is the final project, and most English classes at DACC, they do some sort of portfolio. Our portfolio is basically made up of three components. So these are the only three things that you need to include here. A previously graded essay. If you did not pass the common exit essay, then you have to revise that one, okay? So you're going to include it in the portfolio, your final revised common exit essay. Also, you're going to include a self-evaluation letter. A self-evaluation letter is basically a reflective letter where you go over what you've learned throughout the semester and how your writing process has changed, how your reading has changed, things like that. And then the final component of the portfolio is the final draft of the persuasive essay. So for this essay, you are going to select your own topic, which should be argumentative, and then you're also going to try to find some credible sources because you need to find at least 2 sources for this essay. So I'm going to go over each component. The first one is your revised essay. So basically for this essay, what it means to revise is that you improve the previous essay. So if you are revising a previously graded essay, what you want to do is you want to look at my feedback and you want to look at the rubric, and you want to select an essay that you can change a lot because you want to show how you've grown as a writer. So what you want to do with your revised essay is obviously you want to improve your thesis statement, you want to improve your organization, you want to improve your topic sentences, your paragraph structure. If your paragraphs were too long, you want to go ahead and fix that. If your paragraphs were too short, you want to go ahead and develop them. Then of course you want to go ahead and look at like commas, punctuation, things like that. However, keep in mind that fixing commas and punctuation is not going to really show how much you've grown as a writer. Those things should be left to the very end. Now, something else to mention is that anything you change in your essay, you should highlight. So highlight everything you change. If you change an entire paragraph, make sure you highlight it. If you change your entire essay, highlight that whole thing. Because I'm going to compare your revised essay with your old essay, and that's how I will be able to see the changes you've made. So if you are revising your common exit essay, make sure you highlight the changes as well. So moving on to the self-evaluation letter, as I mentioned before, the self-evaluation letter is basically a reflective essay where you are trying to show that you've acquired the skills to move on to English 111 and you have gained some insight into better writing skills and things like that. So here are some questions that you can address in your self-evaluation letter. However, keep in mind that you do not have to answer all of these questions. These questions are just here to help you come up with things to write in your self-evaluation letter. However, your self-evaluation letter should reflect the 4 types of knowledge that we discussed in the reading assembling a portfolio. So for example, your letter should include content knowledge, self-knowledge, rhetorical knowledge, and critical knowledge. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, go ahead and read the assembling a writing portfolio reading, and you can kind of go ahead and understand what I'm referring to. We had a discussion post over those 4 types of knowledge, so you want to incorporate that into your letter. Also, in that specific reading, assembling a writing portfolio, I have some questions that I highlighted with a highlighter in green. Those questions are also things that you can address in your letter. One other thing I do want to mention is that self-evaluation letter should be formatted as a letter. So I will go ahead and I will post an example of what format to follow for a letter. And lastly, what I wanted to say about the self-evaluation letter is that it should justify the revision of your essay. So go ahead and mention why you made certain changes in your essay, why you deleted, why you added, things like that, to show that your revisions are based on your growth as a writer. The last component of the portfolio is the persuasive essay. As I mentioned, for this essay, you're going to select your own topic. So you're going to submit a topic proposal, which is a separate assignment, and then I'm going to let you know if your topic is approved. Once it's approved, you are ready to start doing research. So we're actually going to spend quite a bit discussing credibility of sources and how to evaluate sources and things like that. So you are required to do research because you need to select 2 outside sources to use as evidence. So one of the things I will say is that this persuasive essay is structured just like essay 2 and the common exit essay. So you should have an introduction, a body, and a conclusion. However, the difference is that you are selecting your own topic for this essay and you do not have to summarize an article in the introduction, because this essay is not based on an article. It is based on an argumentative topic. So again, I repeat, you don't have to summarize an article in in the introduction, and you also are selecting your own topic. Other than that, the structure is the same. Introduction, body, conclusion. Of course, another difference is that you're going to be selecting your own sources and incorporating them. However, in past essays, we've already done that, where you incorporate an example or a quote from an outside article. And just to let you know as well, your 2 sources do not have to be articles. They could be books, they could be magazine articles, newspaper articles, journal articles. They could also be videos. Of course, you have to make sure that all of these are credible. And I do have, as I showed you at the beginning of the video, I do have some resources in the portfolio module to help you evaluate the credibility of sources. So that concludes our video for the portfolio. If you have any questions, please let me know. But just keep in mind that all 3 assignments are worth 50 points. And you want to go ahead and submit them at the same time. So actually, what you want to do is submit them at the same time, because if you submit one assignment and then you submit another one a few hours later, it's going to delete the previous assignment. So before we conclude, I'll go ahead and I'll show you how to submit the 3 files at once. Okay, so to submit the assignment, you have to make sure you submit it before December 10th at 11:59 p.m. And you just click on Submit Assignment, and then you can go ahead and click Choose File. Once you click on Choose File, you want to go ahead and select 3 of those files. So for example, I would select this one, open, and then I would select another file, and I click on this one, and then I select another file, and I choose my third and last file. And as you can see, all of these files are right here. So that means that they are attached. And then I can just go ahead and, oh, I have to click on I agree because your portfolio is going to be reviewed by Turnitin. So once you click on I agree, you just click on Submit Assignment, and the assignment will be submitted. So that's what you need to do to submit the 3 files at once to ensure that no files get deleted. So this concludes our portfolio video. Please let me know if you have any questions.